This is how football legends spend their millions. First in line is Sergio Ramos, and although he may not look like it, he's a big fan of 007. And when he realized he wouldn't be cast in the movies, he was like, watch me. Yeah, he went ahead and bought 007's car itself. The kicker is that it's not even the most expensive car in his collection. Dude owns a Mercedes AMG G63 and a Porsche 911 Turbo S. However, the car he loves most isn't the one with the heftiest price tag, but with the sweetest story, the classic Fiat 600. I know what you're thinking. It looks like someone dropped a red paint bucket on Mr. Bean's car, but Ramos's brother gifted it to him on one of his birthdays, and he keeps it close to his heart. Ramos's collection is cool and all, but what this new kid on the block did to him, it was dirty. You see, Mbappe gave Ramos's car collection one look and he said, not impressed. I mean, the kind of things he has will blow your mind. He blew $500,000 on this beast of a supercar, and let me tell you, every penny was worth it. This Ferrari 488 Pista can go as fast as Mbappe does on the field, and I mean speeds like 1 to 100 in 2.8 seconds. Mbappe's also got something like the Mercedes-Benz V-Class for the days he doesn't want his head pulled back from all the G-force. Look, cars are cool and all, but a man's gotta live somewhere, and this legendary player lived in a house so dreamy, it puts those Disney castles to shame. This thing has quite the story behind it, too. You see, when Ronaldinho was released from prison, everyone thought he was done. So you know what he did? He bought a $9.7 million home in Rio just to dab on them haters. This mansion is so insane, it even has its own wooden bridge. Not to mention the private concert hall for whenever Ronaldinho wants to host Coachella in his backyard, I guess. Look, Coachella catches influencers and celebrities like flies to poop. But what this player bought caught the world of sports by storm. Cause when my man Karim Benzema was at the pinnacle of his career, he decided to splurge $250,000 on a football? Wait, what? Yeah, TMZ couldn't believe it either and flooded the internet with headlines when they first caught wind of it. Apparently, this isn't your run-of-the-mill ball you can kick around, because it's encrusted with 72,000 colored diamonds and is a whopping 1,250 carats. Man, why you had to go spend that amount of money on something you can't even wear? At least Antoine Griezmann was a little smart about it. I mean, when this dude signed a lucrative deal of $145 million, he was like, you know what? I'm rich enough now, let's go a little stupid. This watch, the Rolex Daytona Rainbow, looks like it belongs in an art museum and features nearly 100 gemstones on its body. The crazy thing is, it's not even a stupid buy. The market is huge for these watches, and Griezmann will probably get more than what he paid if he ever decides to sell it. But all this doesn't compare to this player, who might as well be a real-life Batman. I mean, Neymar is so obsessed with superheroes that his whole back is covered by a tattoo of Batman and Spider-Man. And one way he made sure Spider-Man doesn't come out looking like Spoderman is he spent a whopping $90,000 on the tattoo. And if that wasn't enough to convince you of his love for Caped Crusaders, he went out and bought this thing. The Batcopter, yes, that's what it's actually called, cost Neymar more than what Ronaldinho spent on his entire mansion. An unbelievable $14 million, with more than $1 million just for the Batman customization. If we're talking about customizing things, we can't miss what Messi did to his phone. Do you think Messi has the same iPhone you do? Of course not. He's a multi-millionaire and he's gotta show it. So what he did was get his iPhone gold-plated. The thing's also got his name, jersey number, and team logo etched on it. However, the iPhone's not even the craziest thing he owns. The story starts when this fan became so obsessed with Messi's foot, he wanted to create another one just like it. You see, during a record-breaking year, Messi scored 91 goals and caught the eye of a famous jeweler from Japan. He wanted to create a replica of Messi's foot in gold and even flew him over to help him design this. The thing's got enough bling to blind people, and it even has a signature from the GOAT himself. But this next thing he owns caused Ronaldo to rob him out of it. You see, when football players travel the world, they can't be stuck in traffic like you and me. Man, these people be flying in jets. So when Messi copped this private jet that comes with his jersey number, Ronaldo was sweating. He wanted to beat Messi at his own game. So Georgina said, "You know you're like a millionaire, right?" And Ronaldo was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." He then went and looked up on his phone for the most expensive private jet a person can own and came across this beast. A custom Gulfstream G650 jet that cost him a whopping $32 million. It even comes with a CR7 logo and a remembrance of his iconic celebration. And just because he was feeling salty, he copped another one, a Gulfstream G200. But since Georgina was looking over at his phone when he was jet shopping, he decided to spend a little less. Only $28 million for this one. You see, the only other people who own more than one private jet are Floyd Mayweather and Michael Jordan. Listen, private jets and petty feuds are cool and all, but what about this footballer, who not only made hella cash on the field, but off the field as well? David Beckham got a lot of compliments on his killer looks, so he said, "You know what? Let's make some bucks off of it." I'm not talking OnlyFans, I'm talking brand deals, and this brand deal with Brylcreem made David $6 million in just 4 years. At one point, he had so much cash that he didn't know what to do with it. That is, until one day when he was passing by Buckingham Palace and thought to himself, "I want something like it." So he went ahead and got himself a literal palace. The press was so blown away, they nicknamed the place Beckingham Palace. The mansion cost the Beckhams a whopping 2.5 million euros, and they spent even more on refurbishment. Seriously, man? Beckingham Palace? Talk about being a little too much on the nose. But you know what? This player probably doesn't mind, because when my man Zlatan Ibrahimovic's birthday comes rolling around, he's all about loving himself. And he's kept the tradition up since his 38th birthday when he copped himself a Ferrari Monza SP2. However, in the last year, he went really overboard with it. You see, for Zlatan, buying one car wasn't enough anymore, so he gifted himself two. In an Instagram post, Zlatan flexed both his whips, and they were something to look at. This Daytona SP3 costs a whopping 2 million euros. And what's on the back? An 812 Competizione A worth 580,000 euros. Man, footballers can get crazy with their money, but what Erling Haaland did puts Zlatan's birthday celebrations to shame. Cause rumor has it when Haaland went to Sweden for a little getaway vacation, he ended up spending more in 6 hours than what Zlatan spends in an entire year. You see, during his trip to the island in Mykonos, Haaland's bill was for 500,000 euros. The staff there looked at him like he was crazy, so he took care of them as well. They ended up getting 30,000 euros in just tips. Man, what I would have given to be one of the staff. Being stuck on an island gives me time to think. And you know what I'm thinking about? How Kylian Mbappe was cursed by his own friend. The story will make your hair stand on its ends. So head on over to this video to check out the entire story.